surface integrals. So what you do is you consider some surface in some region. Okay, you consider some surface. I'm not writing the whole theory here. Okay, some surface you consider in space and a vector point function. Okay, you consider it. Okay, write it. Consider some surface in space and a vector point function. A vector point function f bar, which is defined on the surface S. Okay, what does this mean? F bar is defined on S means whatever point you take in S, okay. So P of R bar, whatever point you take on the surface whose coordinates are R bar, we can always find f of R bar. This is what it means. Okay, you are considering a vector point function which is defined on S. That means whatever point you take on the surfaces whose coordinates are R bar, you can always find f bar of R bar. Okay. Now let us divide this surface into several subsurfaces. So you divide it, okay, into several subsurfaces. You divide. Several doesn't means infinite here. I'm just considering n subsurfaces. Okay, you divide these surfaces into n subsurface. So you will suppose this is one subsurface. This is one surface which I'm naming it as Si. Okay, are you able to follow? You have a surface, you have divided it into n number of subsurfaces. So I'm out of n number of subsurfaces, I'm choosing one, which is Si. Be one of such subsurface. It will have some area. Na? If I choose this much part of the surface, this is a subsurface of whole of the surface, it will have some area. Okay, that area I'm naming it as delta Si. Okay, and this surface will have some outward normal vector. Will it have or not? Some outward normal vector. Okay, to this surface, it will have some area which I am writing it as del Si, and this surface will have an outward normal vector which I am writing it as Ni bar. Any letter, you write small n, capital N, doesn't matter. Okay, so that means this delta Si into Ni bar is the vector area. Okay, it is a vector whose direction is perpendicular to the subsurface Si and area is the magnitude. Are you able to follow? Okay, this delta Si into Ni bar is a vector area. It's a vector. Overall, this is a vector whose direction is perpendicular to the subsurface Si and area is magnitude. Now, in this surface, take some position vector. Again, in this surface itself, take some position vector Ui bar. Okay, of any point of Si. In this subsurface, take some position vector Ui bar of any point of Si. So now you can find f bar of Ui bar. Can you find it or not? We can find this a dot product with del Si into Ni bar. Capital letter or small letter, whichever you like, you can use. Okay, small n, capital N, doesn't matter. Why it's not changing. Okay, Ni bar. Okay, now can you calculate? You have f bar, which is in terms of Ui bar, a dot product in between. You have del Si into Ni bar. Can you calculate it or not? Just a dot product. You have two vectors, you are calculating the dot product. You can find this one. Is it or not? Now, the same thing you can do for each and every subsurface. Here I have done this, taken this dot product only for one subsurface, which is Si. This you can do for every subsurface now. Is it or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so for every subsurface means I can take a summation sign I is equal to 1 to n. For every subsurface I am calculating this dot product and adding them. Understood? So since I have considered only n subsurfaces, so I value is 1 to n. Understood till here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
for every subsurface I have calculated this dot product and added them. Okay, now what I will do is I go on increasing my number of subsurfaces. I go on increasing my number. Just now I said, first I said I just considered n number of subsurfaces. But now I am going to increase my subsurfaces. Go on increasing means I will again divide, I will again divide. Is it or not? So that means what I am trying to do, I am trying to get n tends to infinity. I am increasing number of subsurfaces infinitely. That means n tends to infinity only, na? Are you able to follow?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I increased my number of surfaces infinitely. So as n tends to 0, your area, as n tends to be 0, the area, this is del Si, will tend to what? Tell me. It will tend to
Very 0.
0. Very small. Almost 0 it will become. Okay, so as n tends to infinity, the n tends to infinity means I go on increasing my number of subsurfaces, the area del Si will decrease. That is, as n tends to 0, del Si tends to 0. Now suppose if limit n tends to infinity, summation f bar of ui bar dot del Si ni bar exist. If this limit exists, now I am calculating this limit. If limit n tends to 0, summation f bar ui bar dot product del Si ni bar. If this limit exists, then it is called. Then this is called the surface integral of f bar on S. Okay, then this limit is called the surface integral of f bar on S and is denoted by okay. So here I ask you to take the dot product, not necessarily dot product. In general, dot product you will take cross product also. That depends on the question. Okay, but here it is the dot product we have consider. So this limit if exists, then that is called the surface integral of that vector point function f bar on S, and you will denote it as surface integral over S f bar dot ds, or you can write it as surface integral over S f bar dot n bar ds, where this n bar is the outward unit normal vector to the surface, where n bar is the outward unit normal vector to the surface. Now, if you remember, you know already how to calculate the unit normal vector as well as unit normal vector to a given surface. You have already learned this in 4th unit. You remember this thing or not? Yes or no? If I give you any surface, can you find the unit normal vector to that surface? How you will find it? Let me see who will answer. This part already you have done in the 4th unit. If I give some surface phi of xyz, can you find the unit normal vector? How you will find it? Please answer, anyone. You have already learned this in the 4th unit itself. Now we are in 5th unit. If I consider a surface phi of xyz is equal to 0, this is a given surface. To this surface, can you find the normal vector and then the unit normal vector? And if so, how you are going to find it? Tell me. If you give the answer, then only I will continue because already we have done the 4th unit. Em నేర్చుకున్నారు? I should know what you have learned. At least one of you out of 40-50 students.
Del 5 by mod 5.
Come again. Okay, n bar will be given by
Del 5 by mod of del 5.
del phi by mod of del phi. That is gradient of phi by modulus of gradient of phi. So that is how you calculate. Who has given that answer? I can't see. Who mentioned? Roll number?
Vagdev.
Hmm? Come again. I can't hear. It's okay. That's good. Vagdevi, yeah, very good. At least I expect answers from others also. At least she tried, that's the correct answer. You have already learned these things in the 4th unit. If a surface is given to you, you can always find the unit normal vector. Normal vector will be just the gradient of phi. Unit normal vector will be gradient of phi divided by modulus of gradient of phi. Okay, so that is your n bar here. In the surface integral, we will require this n bar. N bar here is the outward unit normal vector to the surface. So even if it is not given to any surface, you should able to find this n bar value. Okay. Now the question is how to find the surface integral. Okay, this is understood this much part. This one, this is the surface integral. But how you are going to evaluate this? This is the question. How you are going to evaluate this one? Okay, so let us see that. Method for finding the surface integral. Not much method here, just few formulas you have to remember. Now, in order to evaluate the surface integral, it is convenient to express them as double integral. As here you can see, okay, though it is written, okay, f bar is given in the question, based on the given surface, you can find your n bar. And what will be this ds? How you will evaluate this integral? You have one integral sign which is taken over this surface, ds is written. What is this ds? How you are going to evaluate this? So this surface integral we will evaluate by expressing it as double integral by taking the projection r of the surface S on any one of the coordinate plane. This what we are going to do. We have solved few problems also related to this, not the direct one, but if you remember when the cylinder kind of thing is given, you have taken the projection in xy plane and assume in xy plane z is equal to 0. So the projection part you should know. Okay, so those things only we are going to do here. We are going to express this surface integral as the double integral which is taken over the projection r of the surface on any of the coordinate plane. So let me write this statement. You also write. In order to evaluate the surface integral, it is convenient to express them as double integral taken over the projection R of the surface S. You will take the projection on any of the coordinate plane, but here also condition applies. You can take the projection on any of the coordinate planes, but that it has to be a closed surface then when you take the projection also. Okay, so let us see. So the evaluation of double integral, already you know how to solve the double integral, okay, is possible here, is possible only when, this is important condition, very important condition, The evaluation of double integral is possible only when if a line perpendicular to any one of the coordinate planes meet the surface at not more than 1 point. This is very important. The evaluation of double integral is possible only when if a line perpendicular to any of the coordinate plane meets the surface not more than 1 point. Okay. For example, suppose you consider a parabola. This is x-axis, this is your y-axis. Let me take this as z-axis. Okay, z-axis, this is your y-axis. You consider a paraboloid. A paraboloid you consider. Okay, and a plane also you consider here. Some plane you consider. Okay. Now, suppose you take the projection in YZ plane. Okay. This is YZ plane. This is YZ plane. Okay. So line, if you draw a perpendicular line, okay, according to this statement, the evaluation of double integral is possible only when if a line perpendicular to any of the coordinate planes meet the surface at not more than 1 point. Not more than 1 point. So if you take the projection, if you take YZ plane and if you take perpendicular here, what is happening if you consider this line? It is meeting at 2 points. Is it or not? Will it be or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you cannot choose YZ plane. You have to choose a plane such that such that a line perpendicular to any of that coordinate plane must meet the surface only at 1 point. Okay. Now suppose the surface do not satisfy this condition. Suppose the surface do not satisfy this condition, that doesn't mean you will not solve the problem. Still you have to do it. How you will do it? Okay. Suppose if the surface do not satisfy this condition, then it can be subdivided into surfaces. It can be subdivided into surfaces which do satisfy this condition. Okay. So here if you assume this one, it is meeting at 2. So YZ plane you will not consider. Similarly, will you able to consider XZ plane, tell me?
No.
No. Then which is left out? Here,
XY plane.
XY plane will satisfy, because if you draw perpendicular to this one, you will have it will cut only at 1 point. So that kind of thing will happen. Okay, you have to choose. You can evaluate the double integral only when if a line perpendicular to any of the coordinate plane meets the surface only at 1 point, not more than 1 point. And suppose the surface do not satisfy this condition, then what you have to do? Suppose here, if I consider a plane here, this one, if I consider a plane and if I try to draw them, the condition fails. So what I will do here, I will divide this surface into 2 subsurfaces. I will divide the surface into 2 surfaces, which will satisfy this condition. That means this paraboloid, this part will be one surface and the plane will be one surface. So for this paraboloid, if I draw, I will get one. It will touch at 1 point. For the plane also, it will touch at 1 point. Okay. So accordingly, you have to take. So what you have to do, if the surface do not satisfy this condition, then it can be divided into subsurfaces which do satisfy this condition. Okay, now still the question is same. After even explaining it, okay, you have taken the projection. Okay, you take the projection. So on whichever plane you take the projection, accordingly you have to write down the integral. Okay, you know that the surface integral is given by the integral f bar dot n bar ds. Okay, so this ds will depend on the projection. You have taken the projection of the surface in which plane. On that thing it will depend. Okay, so first one, if the projection, this is very important what I am going to write, because based on this only you will solve the problems. This is okay, surface integral, but after writing it you won't get the result. You will get the result only when you write ds as in terms of dx dy, dy dz or dz dx. In that case only overall you have to extend this and you write down this integral as the double integral. Then only you can evaluate the value of the surface integral. Okay, so the first thing, if the projection is taken on xy plane, xy plane, then our surface integral, which is f bar dot n bar ds, will be equal to, on some region r1, f bar dot n bar. Now since you have taken the projection in xy plane, so you will have dx dy divided by mod of n bar dot k bar we will have. Understood all of you? So this formula you have to remember. We are not going to prove any of these formulas, but you have to remember this. If the projection is taken on xy plane, then the surface integral f bar dot n bar ds will be equal to the double integral over that region in xy plane f bar dot n bar, and ds here is dx dy by modulus of n bar dot k bar, where you know n bar is nothing but the unit normal, outward normal to the surface. Okay, outward unit normal vector is your n bar. This is first thing. Similarly, you may take the projection. If the projection is taken on zx plane, then the line integral f bar dot n bar ds will be equal to some region in zx plane f bar dot n bar dx dy. So what is your ds now? You have zx plane, so you will have dx dz. Order, you can take any order, dx dy dy dx. According to the limits, you write down the order. Okay, limits you will calculate based on the region here. Okay, so n bar dot, here what I should have, tell me?
J.
J bar. Okay, bar I'm not writing, you may write bar, no problem. J bar, n bar dot j bar. Similarly, the projection can be taken, on YZ plane. If you take it on YZ plane, then the surface integral f bar dot n bar ds will be equal to some region in YZ plane. Based on that, only you will calculate the limits of y and z. F bar dot n bar. Here you will have, what you will have? Dz dy. Order, again no problem. You can write it in any order. I bar. And here dot product I cap you will have. Okay, these all three are very important. Without this, you cannot solve any of these problems. Understood, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, let us interpret this. Okay, you calculate this thing, you got some answer. What does it represents? What should be the interpretation of surface integral? So that again will depend upon what is your f bar. The same way what you have done for line integral. Is it or not? That depends on your f bar only, na? If f bar is a force, then you are calculating the total work done accordingly. Okay, so here also this surface, the interpretation of surface integral, the value what you are going, some value you will get. You calculated some numerical value you are going to get. So what does it represent? That always depends on the f bar, the vector function what you have chosen here. Okay, so in that, suppose your f bar represents velocity of a fluid. Okay, so if I write flux across a surface. Across a surface. So it represents flux, total flux across a surface if your f bar is a velocity vector. If f bar represents a velocity of a fluid particle. So accordingly the meaning changes. Okay. So here f bar can be, I am talking about flux. So since I am talking about the flux, my f bar will be a velocity of a fluid particle. Okay. Or it can be some electric force. It can be magnetic force. Or it can be gravitational force. That depending upon that, the result is mentioned here. Okay, so now I'm talking about f be a velocity of a fluid particle, then the total outward flux of f bar, total outward flux of f bar across a closed surface S is given by this thing only, f bar dot n bar ds. Closed surface, remember you can always put a circle here. Whenever you want to see, when I put a C here, it can be any curve, but on the integral sign, if I put a C and something like this circle on the integral, that means my C, the curve which I have taken, is a closed curve. Similarly, here it is a closed surface. We are all discussing this for a closed surface only. Understood? Here it is understood that we are talking about closed surface only. Got it, all of you? So, what do you mean by flux? Flux is the. Please answer. What do you mean by flux? Am I audible or I'm just going on talking like this? Please let me know whether I'm audible or not.
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay, then answer. What do you mean? I have written everything. I mean, but what do you mean by flux? We are talking about flux so many times. I think in fourth unit also we have discussed about flux. But what do you mean by flux? This word. Flux is the. Anyone answer? A meaning how you will understand this whole statement if you don't know the meaning of this word? What is it? What do you mean by flux? Please answer, any one of you.
Some rays which in a particular area. Ma'am.
What? In a particular area?
Number of field lines, something like that.
See, anyone else? Anyone else? These all things you would have already learned in physics, na? Chadalega?
Amount of
Yeah.
fluid that
Passing through a given area.
surface.
Yeah. So flux is the amount of fluid passes on per unit area. Okay, flux is the amount of fluid passed on per unit area, you can say. So here, if f bar represents the velocity of a fluid particle, then the total outward flux of f bar across a closed surface S is nothing but the surface integral. Okay, now if the flux across every closed surface in the given region vanishes. Okay, understand the statement. If the flux across every closed surface S in a region, suppose any region, vanishes. What does this statement means? This statement means what? What will be the integral of this, what will be the value of the surface integral, tell me? According to this statement?
0.
That has to be 0. Okay? If the flux across every closed surface S in a given region vanishes, then F bar is said to be a solenoidal vector point function in E, in that region E. Okay, if the flux across every closed surface in a region E vanishes, then F bar is said to be solenoidal vector point function. Now you have already learned about the solenoidal vector also in the fourth unit. And how you will show that a vector, how you will check whether the given vector is solenoidal or not?
Divergence of the vector should be 0.
Yeah. So in the fourth unit, you have already learned that a vector is said to be solenoidal if the divergence means del dot F bar is equal to 0. Then you say that F bar is a solenoidal vector. And here, according to this statement, you are saying that F bar is a solenoidal vector, or F bar is a solenoidal vector if the value of the surface integral is equal to 0. So for this also satisfy the same condition. Here also you are saying, in both the situations you are saying. So this is one way of checking the vector to be a solenoidal or not. You calculate the divergence, check it. If it is 0, the vector is solenoidal. Or you calculate the surface integral of that vector. If it is 0, still you say that F bar is equal to 0. Okay. So if this is happening, there should be some relation between these two. There should be some relation between these two. There should be some link between these two statements. That also we will learn, but in later lectures we will see what is the link between these two statements. Divergence of F bar 0 and surface integral of this F bar is equal to 0. Okay? Understood till here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let us solve one problem here. With this, you may understand it correctly. You have to solve enough number of problems, then only you will be able to get this one. So you have to evaluate the surface integral F bar dot n bar ds, where F bar is defined as 2x square yi minus y square j plus 4x z square k. And S is the closed surface. S is the closed surface of the region in the first octant bounded by the cylinder y square plus z square is equal to 9, and the planes x is equal to 0, x is equal to 2, y is equal to 0, z is equal to 0. Okay. So first let us try to draw this one, then we will find the solution. Okay. Now y square plus z square is equal to 9 is a cylinder whose axis is x-axis. Okay. So if you so this I'm taking y, this I'm taking x, and this I'm taking it as z. Now you have this thing. You draw it properly. a 3D diagram. It's a cylinder. Draw it properly. If it's not drawn properly, I can see it. And what is that? So x is equal to 0 means here in xy, I mean in zy plane x is 0. You have y is equal to 0. Y is equal to means it is which plane? Y, I mean zx plane. Here y will be equal to 0. Z is equal to 0 means in xy plane z is equal to 0. What else you have? This thing x is equal to 2. So this one x is equal to 2 is some line. Okay, x is equal to 2. Here it is given as it is bounded by the cylinder y square plus z square is equal to 9. The planes x0, x2, y0, z is equal to 0. So let me draw this again. Okay, just to get an idea. So this is z axis, this is y axis, this is x axis. Okay, so since I can see only one part, so this is a rectangle I'm going to get. It's a surface here, okay, a rectangle. Okay, this is the rectangle I got. Then again, I'll get a rectangle here. This is also a rectangle I'm going to get. And this is my surface. This is my surface. Okay, now let me give the names to these points. Let this be O. Let this point be A. Let this point be B. Let this point be C. This point be D. This is actually something like this I'm going to get. Okay. This point be E. Okay. And this part is the curved surface. This is the curved surface. This line is x is equal to 2, you can say. Here y is 0. Here z is 0, xy plane. This is yz plane. So here x will be equal to 0. Now this is zy plane. Okay. Can you tell me the points, this coordinate points? Can you tell me the point of B? Can anyone?
0, 3, 0.
Very good. This point is 0, 3, 0. What about this point? This point is
0, 0, 3.
0, 0, 3 because this is in yz plane. It is x square plus y square is equal to 9. So these are the coordinates. Now, this is a cylinder, okay, which is curved by xz and yz plane. Two sides of it has been curved through the center of the cylinder. Make two cuts which are parallel to the axis, and also cut the base and top at the length of 2. So S be the surface which is bounded by y square plus z square is equal to 9, y0, z0, x is equal to 0, x is equal to 2. So now observe here how many total surface, I am talking about the total surface which is bounded by y square plus z square is equal to 9, y is equal to 0, z is equal to 0, x is equal to 0, and x is equal to 2. So S is the union of the surfaces. Let us see what surfaces here. First one, okay. You see here O, B, C, D. O, B, C, D. Okay, if I want to change the color. This one. Okay. This part is OBCD. That is my first surface. I'm naming it as OBCD. And what is this? This is a rectangle. Is it or not? And I am naming this surface as S1. Is it a closed surface or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now second surface. Okay, again I'll choose a different color. I'm not going to choose it. So second surface is OAED. OAED. This is also a rectangle. Huh? Are you able to understand?
Yes, ma'am.
OAED. This is also a rectangle. And this surface is S2 I'm naming. Okay. Now let us see another one. What is it? You have OAB. So this one. OAB. So third one, OAB. Now what is this OAB telling me? It is a quadrant of a circle. And this the third surface. Similarly, you will have the other surface, next surface, which is CDE. Which is CDE. Okay, let me see. C, this is C, D, E. Okay, C, D, E. C, D, E. Okay, this much, this one. Okay, why it came from. So that is the next one. Just a second. C, D, E. And what is this thing CDE? Tell me.
Quadrant of a circle.
That is also quadrant of a circle only. That is also quadrant of a circle. But on the plane, it is also a quadrant of a circle. On the plane, x is equal to 2. Okay, that is my S4. I will have one more. What is left out? See, observe here. I have taken this rectangle, 2 rectangles I got. Top and base also I have got. Base, I mean, if you consider this orange color and
ACD.
yeah. Now, what is left out is whole of this curved part is left out. Cylindrical surface is left out. Is it or not? The front part. Are you able to imagine?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, and what is it? The cylindrical surface is A, B, C, E, A. Is it or not?
Yes, ma'am.
The front part. Okay, so that I am naming it as A, B, C, E, A. And this is nothing but cylindrical surface. Cylindrical surface. And this is my S5. Okay, so here S is the union of all these surfaces. Union of all these surfaces. Therefore, my surface integral f dot nr bar ds will be equal to S1. Here also f bar dot nr bar ds plus S2 integral over S2 f bar dot nr bar ds plus integral S3 f bar dot nr bar ds. Similarly, S4 f bar dot nr bar ds plus S5 f bar dot nr bar ds. Understood? So all these 5 integrals you have to calculate over this surfaces S1, S2, S3, S4, S5. Okay? Understood till here, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now let us calculate along S1. Okay. The first one along the surface S1. And this S1 is in which plane, you tell me? If you have drawn, since every time I need to move up and down. Okay, tell me S1. S1 is which surface? It is, a rectangle OBCD. OBCD. It is in which plane? This rectangle, it is in
Z equals 0.
XY plane. Yeah, Z0 means XY plane. Okay, this is in XY plane. In XY plane, Z is equal to 0 and X is between what? 0 and 2 and Y is, can you?
0 and
3. That means it's a rectangle. Okay, x-axis you have, this is x-axis, y-axis, y is equal to 0, x is equal to 0. You have this line, y is equal to 3. You have this line, x is equal to 2. Okay, so now here, what is the unit normal vector? What is your n bar? What is your n bar? Tell me, what is your n bar? If you look at your,
K cap.
yeah, sorry,
K cap.
K cap. That means the n bar for this surface S1 is outward normal vector for this xy plane. Is it or not? And what is that outward normal vector?
Z axis.
Z axis. But as you can see, this falls inside the surface. Is it or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Therefore, you will take plus k cap or minus k cap.
Minus
Z axis is the normal
Minus
vector, but Z axis is coming inside this, na? Therefore, you will take the outward normal vector as minus k cap. Got the, understood all of you this point?
Yes, ma'am.
So n bar here will be minus k cap. So now let us calculate f bar dot n bar first. Okay, so f bar, what is f bar dot n bar? Okay, f bar dot n bar is minus k cap. Okay, minus k cap. So what is f bar here? What is your function f bar? Tell me. What is your f bar? Please answer. Every time I need to go. 2x square. See, I am taking the dot product. This whole function f bar dot k cap I am calculating. I will put a minus sign later. K cap I am calculating. I am taking a dot product between them. So I dot k will be 0, j dot k will be 0. What is left out is 4x z square only. Is it or not?
Yes, ma'am.
So this value will be, now onwards you answer, otherwise every time I need to go up. Minus, what you will get? Minus 4x z square you will get. Okay, but since z is equal to 0, therefore f bar dot n bar value will be also equal to 0, because in this you have z variable. Is it or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so therefore the value of the surface integral f bar dot n bar ds will be equal to 0. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ds we are not touching because before itself we have got the value of this thing as 0. If there was something else, then we would have think of projection and all and written this integral as double integral and then solved it. But here in this case, f bar dot n bar is 0. Okay? Understood all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, give me a second, just a second. Actually, I have another class. Let me inform them. Yeah. So let me quickly complete this. So hope this is understood. Okay, the value of this integral on S1 is 0. Similarly, let us on S2 along S2. Along S2. S2 means Which plane? S2?
ZX.
S2, XZ plane. So in XZ plane, your y value will be equal to 0. Okay. So here itself, now let me discuss all the points. In XZ plane, y is 0. Okay. And the outward normal vector is your,
Minus J.
yeah, y axis, that is j. But since this is inside the surface, therefore minus j. Okay. So I'll write here, that is in xz plane, y will be equal to 0, n cap is minus j bar. Okay, now again I need to calculate f bar dot n bar, which is equal to, so calculate and tell me f bar dot minus sign here, j bar I will write. Okay,
Y square.
how much?
Y
Y
square.
square.
Y square,
Y 0.
but y is 0, so this value will be 0. So therefore again, on S2, along S2, your f bar dot n bar ds value is again what? 0. Okay. Now along S3 we will calculate. S3 is in on which plane, tell me? S3 is OAB. OAB. It is on YZ plane. On YZ plane, x is equal to 0. And outward normal vector is? Outward normal
X-axis.
vector is x-axis. And also this also is inside the surface. Therefore, n bar will be equal to minus I cap. Okay, good. You are following. So on S3, it is on YZ plane. So x is equal to 0 here, and unit normal vector is minus I cap. So f bar dot n bar, which is f bar dot, okay, with a minus sign, I cap. Okay, what is this result? Tell me on calculation. Calculate the dot product. First term itself, what do you have? X square,
Y
x
Minus-
square y,
2x
2x
minus
square.
Minus
2x square
2x.
y
minus
2x square y.
minus 2x square y, yeah? Okay, 2x square y, dot product of 2x square y with a minus sign. But what will happen? Again, we
0.
have taken x is equal to 0, so this is also 0. Therefore, again, S3 on YZ plane, this is f bar dot n bar ds is again 0. So, all three integral values are 0. Now, let us go to the next one along S4. Along
S4 is also
S4.
0.
S4 also 0. Are you sure? What is S4? Let me check. S4 is this, it's a,
X equal to 2 planar.
yeah. S4 is the CDE, it's a quadrant of a plane X, on the plane X is equal to 2. Is it or not? This one, X is this part.
Won't be 0.
It can't be 0. Okay. Here for this one, okay, along S4, x is equal to 2. So what will be your unit normal vector? N cap is equal to, n bar is equal to
I cap.
I cap.
I cap you will have. Okay. So I cap you will have. So let me write that. Okay. So x here, x is equal to 2. N bar is I cap. So your f bar dot n bar, which is f bar dot I cap, is equal, just now you told me this answer, that is 2x square y I will get. 2x square y, x value is 2, so 4 into 2, 8y I will get. So it's a function. So now I need to calculate the surface integral f bar dot n bar ds, which is equal to integral 8y ds. Okay? Understood all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Till here? Okay. Now since I have a function no 0, so I need to consider my ds also. For ds, I need to take the projection on any of the planes such that I get a closed curve again. Okay. So suppose you take the projection in YZ plane until now. Okay. Look at the graph curve here, its projection you are taking on YZ plane. If you take the projection on YZ plane, what you are going to get? Okay, this is Y axis, this is X axis, Z axis. If you take the projection, what you are going to get? Projection of this one on YZ plane, you are going to get a circle. Of course, quadrant of a circle you will get. This is Y square plus Z square is equal to 9. Will it be or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now you can find the limits of Z and Y and all these things, the double integral. Now you need to write that single integral, the surface integral as the double integral. Okay, so over this region we are calculating. So if you take this straight, okay, so Z is equal to 0 to Z is equal to root over of 9 minus Y square. Limits of Y will be 0 to 3. Will it be or not? Are you able to understand or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this will be equal to double integral over the region R A to Y ds. Since the projection on YZ plane I have taken, so dz dy divided by n cap dot I cap, n bar dot I bar. Okay, so now I will calculate the limits. So y limits 0 to 3. Z limits, this is 0 to root over of 9 minus Y square, 8Y as it is, dz as it is, dy as it is. What is n bar here for this particular S4? What is n bar?
I cap.
I bar itself. So I bar dot I bar will be 1 only. So the denominator is 1. Okay, it is not necessary always to be 1. But for this example, I am getting 1 itself. So now just integrate and tell me this answer. Anyone? Fast, because at 3:30 I need to start the other class. So 8 a constant outside, 0 to 3 as it is. I am writing y also as it is. When I integrate with respect to z, I will get z. And upper limit will be root over of 9 minus y square, lower limit 0 dy. This I need to integrate. Now to integrate again this one, I will substitute 9 minus y square is equal to some t square I will substitute. So minus 2y dy is equal to 2t dt. That means y dy is equal to minus t dt I will get. Okay. So this is a integral with a minus sign I am writing. Y dy is t dt and this is t square, so I will get t, so t square I will get. Are you able to understand all of this, what I have done here? T square dt. Limits as y tends to 0, your t tends to what? 3, and this is 0. So this will be, now because of this minus sign, I can write it as 8 times 0 to 3 t square dt. So 8 t cube by 3 limits 0 to 3 I will get. So 8 into, if I substitute it for t cube, that is 27, yes?
70.
Achha, you are telling the answer, okay. So overall this answer is 72 I will get. Understood all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now let us quickly do the last one also, the fifth one, along S5. Okay, now it's a surface. S5 is the whole of the surface, is it or not? The curved surface. And what is the equation of that surface? Tell me. It's a surface whose equation is what? It's a cylinder, na? It's
Y
a
square
surface
plus
of-
Z square equal to 9.
Yeah, it's 9. So what is the unit normal vector to this one? Now a surface, its unit normal vector you need to calculate. Understood all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Unit normal vector, outward unit normal vector to this surface and bar will be equal to what? Gradient of
Del
f.
phi by
Yeah.
mod del phi.
Yeah. So this you assume it to be y square plus z square minus 9, this phi. So del phi by mod of del phi. You calculate and tell me this answer fast. 2 times you need to differentiate it. Fast. Del phi means what? Dou phi by this dou phi. What you will get del phi when you apply? You get dou phi by Please answer.
Dou x into I cap.
Come again.
I'm dou phi by dou x into I cap plus dou phi by dou y into j cap.
Yes.
Dou phi by dou z into k cap.
K cap. But do you find any x variable here?
No.
When you differentiate this function with respect to x, you will not get anything. So no I cap. What you will get is with j and k
2y
only
j
you
cap
will get.
plus 2z k cap.
2y j cap plus 2y, 2z k cap. Okay, denominator
2 into root over y square plus z square.
Y square plus z square.
y square plus z square. And what is the value of y square plus z square?
9.
9.
So finally on solving it, you will get yj plus zk, 2 cancel, by 3 you will get. Is it or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Understood? So now this will be, so this is your n bar. Unit outward normal vector to this surface you have calculated. Okay. So now f bar dot n bar. So again when you calculate f bar dot n bar, there is no I bar here, I cap here. So first part you will not have. 1 by 3 I will already write here. So with j dot j you will get, with what is f bar with j? It is y square, na? Is it or not?
Minus 5.
So already a y, so minus y cube you will get. With k you have there 4x z square. So plus 4x, z you have already, z square you have, so z cube you will get. So this is your f bar dot n bar. Okay. So that means surface integral f bar dot n bar ds is now equal to 1 by 3 double integral of minus y cube plus 4xz cube. Okay, now let me take the projection. ds also I need to write. So for a change, instead of previously on which one I have taken the projection, yz I have taken. For a change I will take on xy plane. Okay, so on xy plane I will take the projection on xy. Previously I have taken it on yz plane. Now on xy plane I will take. When I take on xy plane, it will be dx dy. ds will be dx dy divided by n cap dot k cap. N cap just now I have calculated. This is my n cap. Okay. So will you do it for me? Limits also.
Yes, ma'am.
So limits also I will explain and leave it. On xy plane, the projection of this one I have taken on xy plane. So what I am going to get is this rectangle. Is it or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this rectangle I will get. And for this rectangle, limits of x is from 0 to 2 and y 0 to 3.
0 to 3.
Okay, so overall you simplify whole of this thing. Okay, this will be limits I am writing. Limits of y 0 to 3, limits of x will be 0 to 2. Remaining things, this n cap here is this one we have already calculated. Substitute here, simplify whole of this thing. Okay, will you able to do it?
Yes, ma'am.
Everything is mentioned here. Everything is mentioned. Now, this you are integrating with respect to x and y. There should not be any z variable. So, for z, what you will do? Tell me. That's a surface, na? Z will be what? Z square it is written. That will be 9 minus y square. Okay, dx dy by you calculate this thing again. Okay, here.
There's z cube, ma'am. Whole to the power 3 by 2, ma'am. 9 minus y square.
Is it so?
Z cube is there, ma'am.
Yes,
It's
ma'am.
not z square.
Okay. Yeah, you correct it, write it. Okay, whole to the power 3 by 2. Okay, recheck if I have made any mistake somewhere. But
No, ma'am,
here,
we get Z in the denominator. At that
Acha.
time, it will be same.
Acha, for this one, maybe when you solve this part, you will get Z only. Z square you will get, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, whatever. Let me write here 3 by 2 only. Then you simplify it and further. Okay, here na, you want me to write. Okay, let it be Z cube only. Okay, you simplify the denominator part. If possible, cancel everything and then replace your Z. Okay. Will you able to do it? So once you get the value, this is on S4, S5 na. So the value of S5 you calculate, some numerical value you will get. So overall this surface integral f bar dot n bar ds will be equal to first 3 values were 0 if I am not wrong. Anna?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
And the last on S4 the value is 72. And this part I am leaving for you people. Tomorrow I will ask this one, what is this? So that will be the total answer. The value of the surface integral. Understood all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
So we will continue tomorrow. Even if you have any doubts, you can ask me tomorrow itself. Now I need to start the next other class. So that's it for today. Kirti,
Ma'am.
yeah, you help me with the attendance. You just take this screenshot. You just take this screenshot within a second, and then people can leave. Okay, put today's date and send it to me.